messages with you, I always say a prayer of protection, asking that I only connect with the highest vibrational beings. And I also set the intention that these messages be meant for you anytime you come across them. So the fact that this video found you means you are here to hear some divine guidance. So grab that journal, make sure you write down anything that resonates. All right, let's dive into the overall energy for these messages right now. We're going to be going into this new year with the right intention, with the right frame of mind, and I'm here to support you along the way, and so is your spiritual team. Your spiritual team is not just your angels, it's also passed away loved ones, spirit guides, spirit animals, ascended masters. So stay open and aware because these messages are coming through strong for you. All right, the very first thing the angels and your team is acknowledging as we are listening to these messages is the way that you've been working to create a balance in your life, especially when it comes to financial resources. Where in your life have you had to give time or effort to something to bring in new revenue? Or where have you needed to bring balance into your finances by paying off debts, letting go of unnecessary expenses? The angels see that you've been working hard on that, and they do have guidance for you on how to bring that balance in a bigger way where it's long-term and sustainable. They see the way that you felt challenged with this is being recognized for your high-quality work. You're ready to really show someone or the world something that you are a team player, that you bring in a lot of gifts to this world, and you felt challenged on how do you show how creative you are. Now, this could be showing a business partner, showing a boss, or showing your children and family like, hey, I've got this. I know what the creative solution is to this to bring in balance, but maybe you're just feeling challenged on how to show that. Maybe you are feeling challenged that people aren't seeing all the work you are putting into something, maybe a creative project, maybe a collaboration, maybe you have your own business. But don't worry, lots of guidance coming through. They just like to acknowledge that up front, that they see the way you're feeling challenged about how do I get recognized for my creativity and my ability to do these amazing things. So one of the things they want to bring up for you is that you may not be aware it's going to be really important to do what you know is right going into this new year. You're going to have to stand up for what you believe to go into this new year with this powerful supportive energy of high intention and bringing in that balance. If you want to be recognized for your high quality work, you must be willing to stand up for what is right and really make those fair and just decisions that are going to benefit you, but also benefit those around you. We're looking for those win-win scenarios when it comes to finding these creative solutions. And again, that comes from being that team player, whether it's being a team player with your family by helping them out to bring in financial stability. Maybe it's being a team player with a colleague and doing some type of trade-off. Sometimes it's actually giving your time and energy to receive something in return to bring in that balance. So you'll know what that is for you. Usually it's the first thing that comes to mind, but we'll get into this guidance a little bit more, especially when we get to all 12 signs and your bonus message at the end for actions to take, because you'll be able to get a little clarity about where are these opportunities to bring this balance in. Now, the angels want to commend you for how recently you have made time for those around you. You have helped people deal with challenges. You've been kind. You've been understanding. And because of the spiritual and sensible approach you take to challenges, people have really benefited from your love, your kindness, and the attention you've given them. So who have you really shown up for recently and provided that grounded energy for them? This could be a child, a parent, a spouse, or even somebody at work, maybe even a boss. You're being commended for this. This is going to benefit you long term. And the angels always love to recognize you for your hard work, the way that you took the 30,000 foot perspective with some kind of challenge and you offered support and creative solutions for someone else. Now, sometimes this is the way that you brought that energy into your own challenge and you worked with your spiritual team to bring that in. So did you recently overcome some kind of challenge for you financially or within a business or within a creative project. Whatever that is for you, the angels are just here mostly wanting to support you and give you credit for that and let you know that they're cheering you on this whole way. So right now, at the time you're seeing these messages, they want you to stay in this really creative, passionate energy that is available to you right now. So this energy is going to help you going into the new year. In fact, there is an opportunity to get some exciting news right now. There may be something where you're going to be able to show how original you are. And it's going to be important that you really remain authentic and genuine with your creative projects, with the things you're sharing. Get out there and be confident with the work you're doing, with the projects you're working on. Even if this is a personal project like a piece of art or some kind of creative thing, that's okay. Just make sure you're really channeling your passion for that and showing up in your own authentic way. This is going to bring in so much opportunity for you all throughout 2025. Like I said, definitely check out my 2025 angel messages, because there's so much guidance around opportunities and actions to take, but this is going to help you get started with that. So coming up very soon, you may find that you are going to be the one who is making the objective decisions and clearing away things that are not serving you, but doing it from a compassionate, emotionally grounded way. So again, starting with these messages, they were talking about bringing balance into your financial resources. There's a good chance you're going to have a conversation with a loved one, a boss, even with your higher self about, okay, what's realistic about where I'm spending money, where I'm giving my time and energy, and how is this going to help bring balance to everything that I am trying to do throughout 2025. So again, we're going to take that 30,000 foot perspective. We're going to be compassionate about it. It might mean that you are having to have a conversation with somebody who's not going to like your decision about letting something go. If you are having to end some kind of collaboration, you're having to let go of a job, or you're having to let go of some kind of expense. Maybe you're having to let your kids or your spouse know, like, hey, this is just not a good use of our money anymore. Let's let go of that. Just do it in that compassionate way. They're going to be looking to you to set the emotional tone for that conversation, but they are also going to be leaning on you for that objective decision making. So making sure you're getting really grounded before you have these conversations. Now, your personal power going into the new year is going to come from really trusting your psychic abilities. You do have psychic abilities. You are here for a reason. You have natural born psychic abilities. I am encouraging you to really lean into those starting right now, and of course, all the way into the future. So much of the work we are going to be doing is going to be about relying on your intuition to make those objective decisions, to go ahead and clear away what's no longer serving you, and to be calling in new people. In fact, as new people enter your life, starting now and going in throughout 2025, you are going to be asked to check with your intuition. Is this person somebody I'm meant to have in my life long term, or to do some type of collaboration with, or take it to a new level? But really trust your abilities, trust your intuition with anybody new coming into your life. Because one of the things you're going to see happening is you are going to see a lot of people around you acting in kind of a really speedy energy, like really wanting to jump and make decisions and jump into projects, jump into jobs, jump into a new home, jump into spending money on something. And the guidance here is to review all your options carefully. So the example could be you might actually get more than one job offer in a short period of time, and you're being guided to slow down, check in with your intuition, and see, all right, what do I really feel is in my highest interest when it comes to this? It may not involve a job offer. It could just be having to help family members with making decisions. Just find a creative solution, because again, that energy earlier about how you're going to be asked to be the one making the objective but also compassionate decisions to clear away what's no longer serving you. Now, when it comes to what you might be fearful of, you might be feeling afraid to invest in something, or you might be feeling afraid that you're not going to have enough of something. So the guidance here is to actually go ahead and start planning now to tuck away a little money in a little bit of a savings account for something down the road. Now, what's the first thing that came to mind for you when you heard for something down the road? Is there a trip you want to take? Is there a graduation party you want to celebrate for somebody? Is there some kind of other investment you want to make down the road? Go ahead and start tucking a little money away for that right now. Make plans to do that throughout this year. We're going to have more guidance around actions and things like that with the bonus messages, but start being open to that right now as the time you're hearing these messages about where could I possibly start saving money for something. And that could mean that you're having to cut some kind of expense, like maybe there's a subscription to a TV service or something like that you don't use enough, and you could maybe find other forms of entertainment and take that money. Don't just cancel it, but take it when you cancel it and go start putting it in a savings account, saving it for that rainy day or saving it for that special project, because there is something about just starting to accumulate some money so you're ready when these new exciting opportunities come in to invest. So that's actually a really exciting thing that I'm getting a lot of angel bumps about, this idea that you will be ready to take some kind of opportunity because you've already set that money aside. Maybe it's not money, it could be resources. Maybe you're just starting to collect things that you're going to need for a project. You're finding things on sale, you're doing trades, things like that. You're starting to collect that energy. So when the time is right, you've got everything you need in front of you. So take a look around, because coming up in 2025, you're going to have this huge opportunity to really stretch your wings and fly, show the world your confidence, show the world your graceful energy. So I am loving this energy for all of you watching these messages right now. You are going to have so much fun when you step into your authenticity. And I'm just getting angel bumps all over the place about the opportunity to be original, the opportunity to share your gifts with the world. What is something you've always wanted to do? And I do like to remind you, for those of you who maybe feel like, well, look, I'm not looking to start a business. I'm retired. I'm not looking to have a new career. This could be something where you're getting to share your passion and energy with a loved one, maybe a grandchild, maybe a sibling, maybe your parents are looking to you for comfort and you're able to really show them, hey, I'm here for you in a big way. But whatever it is for you, there's going to be something where you're going to get to really shine. And it's going to be something you're excited to do, something you're looking forward to. So let's go ahead and do a pocket affirmation right here before we go into all 12 signs. Go ahead and write in the comment section below, I am powerful. Write that down in these comment sections below. I am powerful, because you are. You have so much ability to connect with your creative flow, stay in connection with divine flow, and really trust that these opportunities are coming for you. So we want to be ready. We want to start gathering the resources we need. Again, I'm seeing for some of you, it's like maybe you want to start a podcast or a YouTube channel. Go ahead and start looking for those deals out there where you can grab that microphone that you've always wanted on sale, or you could do a trade with somebody where you do some work for them for the money you need to purchase that equipment. Save the money until the microphone is on sale, right? And that's just an example that came to me, but this could be for any of you maybe wanting to do a creative project and you're starting to collect the materials you need, the redesign of your home. You're starting to get ideas about how you can reuse things. Okay, so these are the things that the angels are asking you to do. All right, so let's get into these all 12 signs here before we get to your bonus messages. Again, a quick reminder, I go into big detail in my 2025 angel messages about each 12 signs, relationships, career and finance, health. I go month by month. After that, I give you custom keywords and pocket affirmations to use all year. So that will get you through the year. You can go back as many times as you want. It'll give you a lot more detail, but these messages are designed to get you started with the right intention. If you are somebody who sets New Year's resolutions, pay attention to not only your sun, moon, and rising, but also pay attention to any other areas of your chart that might be affected this year. If you're somebody who follows that, you don't need to do that, but I do encourage you to listen to all 12 signs because we are affected by all 12 signs. We have all 12 signs in our chart. It's not just about your sun sign. So let's get started with the Aries. Hello, Aries. We're talking about your intentions for getting started with 2025. First of all, the angels are asking you to trust that you have planted the seeds necessary to really be able to launch something big in 2025. So Make sure that if there's any kind of temporary pauses in action, you're not allowing worry to take over. You're not getting stuck in some kind of anxiety loop or potential self-fulfilling prophecy. Instead, you're being asked to listen to your intuition and have patience. So going into 2025, you're being asked to have patience with the seeds you've already planted, and go ahead and just plan some things that'll allow you to tap into your intuition in a bigger way. Maybe sign up for a yoga class, maybe sign up for a spiritual retreat. Any area of your life that it feels like there's a pause in action, they're asking you not to worry and find something else to do during that time that will allow you to be patient and really tap into your intuition. So that's going to be really powerful for you to start your 2025 year, Aries, and carry you through into these amazing opportunities coming in for you. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, to set intentions for 2025, you're going to really want to focus on your emotions and find things that allow you to really fall in love with the work you're doing. Is there something you're doing right now that you're not really loving anymore? Well, this is going to be really important for you to pay attention to, because big, powerful changes are coming for you. You're going to have some big revelations, and it's going to give you that opportunity to really spread your wings. As we all had in the collective message at the beginning, there's going to be these opportunities coming in for all of us. But first, Taurus, you've got to acknowledge the things you're not in love with, and then acknowledge the things you want to fall in love with, the things you want to take to the next level. Maybe you're getting an invitation to some kind of event, or to join a group of people, or maybe even go out on a date with somebody. But give yourself that opportunity to fall in love with something new, because these powerful changes that are coming in for you, Taurus, it's going to cause you to really have that recognition of, you know what, these things are no longer serving me. And as long as you're listening to what your heart wants, you're going to ride that change really well throughout 2025. All right, moving on to Geminis. Geminis, this energy is going to be really powerful for you because you're such charismatic, quick thinkers. You're going to want to make sure you're reviewing all the plans you have for 2025 and make sure you're waiting for the right time to act. So if you're feeling rushed to make a decision or take action on something, the guidance is to, again, go into this with using your intuition and really trusting that you will know when the right time is to act. If you're feeling rushed, if you're feeling like you don't have enough information, that's your intuition saying, slow down, you need to get more information. And again, reviewing your plans for the year is going to really help you. There is something that if you revise the way you're doing something or the way you're planning to do something, it's going to help you realize, okay, I know when the right time is to act, because there's something really important coming up for you that if you just check in with that intuition and you're patient, you're going to see, oh, wow, I'm so glad I waited for the right time to act with this. I waited until my intuition said, yes, now is the time to act. So for all of us, and we're going to get into your bonus messages at the end, stay tuned. For all of us, there is this energy right at the beginning of 2025 to just really have a lot of patience, really take things carefully, continue to review all your options. So we've already gotten that for all of us, but Geminis, you in particular, there's something that you're probably going to want to revise with something you have planned. So just take that time there. Moving on to the Cancers. Cancers, you have so much watery energy coming into this year. It's just amazing. Whenever I get these messages and the elements are brought in for the sign, it's amazing. But the first thing you're being asked to do, Cancers, moving into 2025, is really open your heart and open your mind to some kind of trustworthy advice that's available to you. There's somebody that's willing to support you and help you when it comes to bringing in that contented and rewarding life, but you are going to need to find those trustworthy relationships and lean on those to know where you could bring that balance in. So maybe you are going through something in a personal relationship where you could lean on your trustworthy friends for advice, or maybe it's time to get a third party to help you out with a relationship. Seek counseling, group counseling with a family member or loved one. But there is also a need to really open that heart to someone in your life that wants to be there for you, wants to give you that trustworthy advice. So as you move into 2025, if you're feeling that the energy or the emotion is overwhelming, lean on that advice, because I am getting that Cancers are going to really be feeling this watery energy so big. If you are somebody who follows astrology, we're all going to be affected by this Mars retrograde we're in at the time I'm recording this, but also on January 6th, Mars moves back into Cancer, which is a water sign. So another thing Cancers are going to be seeing is everybody around us that are not Cancer signs feel that Mars go into Cancer, and you may be the one that's having their shoulder leaned on or cried on by somebody else, and you're going to be able to offer that compassion. So activate that giving and receiving cycle. Be willing to be there for those around you who need you, but also be willing to ask for help for grounding your emotions and finding that happy home life. Moving on to the Leos. Leos, going into 2025, it's going to be important to review some of the choices you've made in 2024. Get clear on everybody's motives, because there's something that didn't quite go the way you wanted. Maybe it wasn't the best choice, and the guidance here is to set the intention to focus on communicating better what it is that you really want. It sounds like maybe there was some kind of collaboration with somebody, maybe there was a partnership or a disagreement with a romantic partner where you really weren't clear on what their motives were, and you didn't really express what you wanted in a way, and so it caused a lot of conflict. So the key for Leos going into 2025 when you're setting intentions is to focus on communicating your vision very clearly. Use your fiery, passionate energy, but do it in a loving way too, where you're understanding, like, what does this person want out of this, and what do I want out of it, and let's see if we can find a win-win. Again, there was something that happened in 2024 for Leos that wasn't the best decision. You weren't clear on everybody's motives. Maybe you weren't even clear on what you wanted. So have that communication with that person, or at least, maybe that person's not in your life anymore, at least get clear on why your motives were different, so that going forward with new partnerships and new collaborations, you can stay focused on finding those win-win scenarios. Moving on to the Virgos. Virgos for 2025, going into the year, it's going to be a lot about bringing balance and moderation into your world, especially when it comes to relationships. You may have to review and evaluate some of your current relationships and realize, you know what? These aren't working anymore. It could be a work relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, but there's something that you need to move in a new direction with going into 2025. So what's the first relationship that came to mind? This could be your relationship to your job, to your health, to a loved one. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a relationship to your approach to your daily life. But Virgos, it's going to be important you bring in balance, waiting for the right time to act again. We're all getting that message. Just really review and evaluate all your options and see where you might need to move in a new direction in order to bring in balance to that relationship, to that area of your life. That's going to be really important. So what area of your life, Virgos, feels out of balance? Where do you feel like you're just rushing? The angels are asking you to wait for the right time, and definitely look to see where you could maybe move in a new direction and take that 30,000 foot perspective to make a favorable assessment. All right, moving on to the Libras. Libras, this energy coming into 2025 for you is very, very fiery and passionate. It's going to be really important that you stand up for your beliefs and the decisions you've made. You stand your ground going into 2025. You have a lot of amazing opportunities coming for you, Libras. So make sure you are choosing your battles wisely. You're probably not going to want to accept all of these opportunities. You're definitely going to want to check out my 2025 angel messages for all the areas of your life and month by month, because you, of all the 12 signs, had the most opportunities coming in 2025. We all do, but you have the most, and you want to be careful that you don't have too much work on your plate. You want to accept help for others. You want to see where life is a little bit out of balance, because you don't want to call in those stress-related health concerns. So have you overcommitted in 2025? Well, choose your battles wisely, because it could be that the battle you're taking on is trying to accept all the opportunities, and maybe it's time to slow down, review and evaluate, and say, That's going to be too much work for me. I'm going to really choose the ones that I believe are in my highest interest. But I'm excited for you, Libras. Let me know what's going on for all of you. All right, moving into the Scorpios. Scorpios, going into 2025, you're going to want to set intentions around nurturing yourself and being allowed to give birth to your dreams. There's something that you really want to bring out into the world in a bigger way. And again, I'm going to remind you all, 2025 angel messages, I go into big detail, but Scorpio, you were being asked to get out of that shadow and go into the sunlight with some kind of creative project, because you don't want to miss an opportunity to do what your heart is really wanting you to do. There's so much opportunity to do this, but you've got to nurture yourself out into the sunlight and really allow yourself to give birth to your dreams. Don't miss these opportunities. Now, if you're feeling bored with something, you're not excited about something, then you are being asked to flip the script. Open your eyes to new possibilities. Don't cry over the spilled milk, the things that aren't working. Focus on what is working, nurture yourself through that, and bring it out into the world in a bigger way. All right, moving on to the Sagittariuses. Sagittarius, going into the new year, you're being asked to bring in organization and logic. You want to apply structure, discipline, and leadership to your plans for 2025. Now, I know you Sagittarius out there who are always busy going. A lot of times you do stay very organized to be able to do that, but other times you let people's energy take you away from your intentions. But the guidance here is to focus on bringing in prosperity in the new year. In fact, your angel messages were really fascinating for 2025 about allowing yourself growth, especially in your work area, your career and finance, doing something more challenging, doing a new area of study. So for Sagittarius, I do see a lot of career changes for all of you, or maybe even location changes where it kind of changes the way you work. So apply organization and logic to something you're wanting to learn about going into the new year. If you do have a little downtime, focus on what does your heart want to learn? Where do you want to add some new skills? Because this is going to actually really help you with your 2025 energy that's coming in for you, where you're going to be getting all these opportunities for growth. Just make sure you're being very disciplined about your approach and not letting things get all over the map. All right, moving on to the Capricorns. Capricorns, going into 2025, it's going to be important that you are focusing on where do you still need healing or forgiveness for something, forgiveness to yourself for staying in a situation too long, forgiveness to others where you felt maybe you were wronged. Because if you allow this time to heal, if you really take the time to focus on releasing these things, you're going to be bringing in new opportunities, especially with your work. Now, if you're retired, it's just going to be the way that you spend your days, the things that you give back to society, your legacy. But there are going to be opportunities to change your life, especially your daily life, your daily routine, your work. So make sure you are getting clear on where you need to bring in forgiveness for something so that you're not blocking yourself from taking action on these new opportunities, which are going to be very exciting, very passionate. You're going to be excited to make these changes with your career, your finances, your daily life, your legacy. All right. So just look to see where you need to bring in a little more healing and take that time to heal, to nurture yourself and forgive. All right, moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, your energy is going to also be kind of watery going into this year for you, but you are going to have this chance to bring in the life you love in 2025. A lot of the concerns you've had over these past few years, Aquarius, are going to start to fade away. You're going to see big transformation, but it's going to be it's going to be key that you have that mindset that things are getting better, that you are coming to the end of a difficult situation. A lot of Aquarians are being asked to take trips to get a new perspective. So if you have the opportunity at the beginning of this year or going into the new year to get away, you're being highly advised to do that. Get into some new scenery and get that new perspective. I'm really getting that for Aquarians, even if it's a staycation or just taking a trip across town to enjoy a park or get out in nature. richer in a different way. This is going to help you going into the new year and release any concerns because things are getting better for the Aquarians. Really and truly they are. I know Pluto is coming to your sign, but I'm super excited about this because we need you guys. We need your innovation. So trust that you are going to be in love with life if you really allow those mental worries to go away and trust that things are getting better. All right, moving on to the Pisces. Before we get to the bonus angel messages, we are going to have 3 actions for you to take. Going in for the Pisces, though, into 2025, you're going to want to set the intention to release something. There's something you want to move on from, something you've been holding on too tightly to, and it's going to be good to set the intention that you are no longer going to allow yourself to feel trapped in a situation. Maybe you're lacking confidence, maybe you're just afraid to take action because of past wounds, but it's going to be really important that Pisces set that intention to release things that are no longer serving you and move on. This could be moving on from a relationship, moving on from being wounded in the past by an ex-lover, by a friend, by a sibling, whatever that is for you, but trust that you are not trapped in that energy. You can rise above that energy. And in your 2025 angel messages, there's a ton of guidance for how to move on from that energy. And you have a powerful year ahead of you, as we all do, Pisces. So definitely check out your 2025 angel messages. But as far as intentions with going into 2025, it's going to be about moving on. Move on, release the past. You are no longer trapped. All right, so we're going to go into the bonus messages for you here. And I first would like to ask you to write my all-time favorite pocket affirmation before we get there, which is, I am in divine flow. This is going to allow us to go into the new year with that divine flow. So go ahead and write that in the comments section below. I am in divine flow. By the way, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, share this video with anybody you think it would resonate with, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, I really appreciate all of my subscribers, and this way you are notified every time I have angel messages. I go live every Wednesday with a spiritual topic. I answer your questions, and I do have an angel class coming up if you're interested in learning how to communicate with your angels. So make sure you're signed up for my free newsletter at devindoer.com, where you get my gift for you, my ebook, Is It a Sign? And that way you will be aware of the angel class, other events, and other videos coming for you to support you on your journey. All right, thank you for your patience there. Let's go into these 3 actions to take to help you stay in divine flow. If you've already written that below, I am in divine flow. Thank you so much. To help you stay in that flow at the time you're hearing this message, you cannot make this stuff up. You are being asked to spend quiet time alone in self-discovery. Is there some kind of spiritual teaching you've been wanting to sit down and learn more about? Maybe you are wanting to learn more about connecting with your angels, or maybe you want to learn something about numerology or astrology or any kind of other esoteric learning, Reiki healing. They're asking you to spend quiet time alone doing that self-discovery. This is also an opportunity to reflect on the past year. Write down your successes. I'm really encouraging you. I always feel that it's important to write down at least 10 successes from 2024. Please do that. Grab your journal. You know, I have my custom journal, Book of Evidence, available on Amazon that has custom templates, but you can use any journal you want. You don't need this one. Just write it down. Give yourself credit for the 10 or more successes of this year. And this can be something as simple as, I started making my bed every single day and created a habit. That would be an amazing thing to celebrate. So celebrate your successes in 2024. Spend that quiet time right now at the time you're hearing these messages in self-discovery. Part of that self-discovery is listening to these angel messages, going to the 2025 angel messages and listening to all of that so that you can make the plans to help you best going through this year. Now, coming up very soon, the action to take is going to be around finding ways to bring that stability to your home life. That means enjoying life's little luxuries, doing things that will allow you to save that money, put that money away for future investments and future things that you need, by enjoying life's little luxuries like quiet time alone, playing board games with your family, reading a book by the fire with your favorite animal. These are things you're being asked to do very soon. So at the time you're hearing these messages, think about what you have coming up this evening, this weekend, over the next couple of weeks. Can you schedule more time to really create that happy home life, really create that financial security by enjoying life's little luxuries? So that could mean reducing the money you're spending on eating out and doing more cooking at home instead of taking an expensive overnight trip, doing a picnic in the backyard. These are things you're being asked to plan to do very soon from the time you're hearing these messages. And the thing you're being asked to make long-term plans for going into the new year is to really trust that some of your relationships, especially your spiritual ones, are getting ready to go to an amazing new level. You are going to find a new home with your spirituality. You're going to fall in love with new relationships. So this could be romantic. It could also be actually moving to a new home for some of you, but it also could be finding a new home in a community where you're allowed to really grow your intuition, grow spiritually, and connect with your spiritual team on a deeper level. Some of you are going to be calling in new spirit guides or ascended masters to work for. So make plans for that and go ahead and plan that in 2025, you're going to set up a healthy spiritual routine to connect with these spiritual beings and really deepen that connection. That's why every day I sit down with my journal to start my day and connect with my spiritual team and ask for guidance, because then when a new guide or a new ascended master, a new archangel is offering to work with me, I feel that energy because I feel the connection. So go ahead and make plans right now to take action on developing your connection to a deeper level. I'm wishing you all a happy, best, blessed new year. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.